Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Wednesday. That means one thing. It is 3 men and a vape show. It is 8 PM, or it should be, or if I've got everything wrong, if not. I hope you are all fine and dandy out there in the YouTube land. We are joined by our wonderful casters as normal. Harley, how you doing, buddy?
All right, I'm looking a bit purpley red. I don't understand what's happening.
You look absolutely fine to me, buddy.
You've been eating too many Ribenas, mate. That's what it is.
It's nice. It's all that celebration he's been doing. Well, I'll let you tell everybody, mate.
Tell everyone about what, Aidan?
Your channel hitting the 1K. Congratulations! It's 16 weeks.
Whee!
2K, by the way. I'm currently on 2016.
So we've got up another K.
Jesus Christ!
That is absolutely brilliant.
You're going quicker than my waistline at a buffet.
2016 is something like 13,000 hours of watch time.
See, we've been talking about this for a number of weeks, and I know, like right at the beginning, you were a little bit down on it. But me and Mr. B were saying to you, look, it's only going to take that one video, and you start getting into the analytics, and it boom, it just goes. So
it's a very broad market as well. It's a very interesting market that you're into. But everyone likes a good story. You know what I mean?
The very strange thing about it is because obviously when you do anything, be it doing reviews or be it doing stories or do it true crime. When you first start doing it, you have this massive self-fucking doubt. Yeah, self-doubt.
Confidence issue. Yeah.
And even now, I've got imposter syndrome. You know what I mean? I've had something like one.
Can you claim for that?
Yeah.
I bet there is some fucker that has.
But because obviously you get the few comments that are like, I can't understand what you're saying. But at the same point, I'm also getting shitloads of comments from Australia, shitloads of comments from America.
That'll be Stuart Valentine.
Yeah, they're all saying you're doing really well. I can understand you. I think your accent's amazing. But then you get the comments that are like fucking a page long that are like, look, you're doing a really good job. You look into the cases. And before that, I knew that I was doing better than everyone else on the stories. Because you'd watch someone else's video and they've basically just read, like someone said in the comments, they've just copied Wikipedia and read it out.
Yeah,
whereas
you get that a lot.
One of the cases the other day, I'd looked at 70 web pages. I had 70 web pages set up in my tabs for all my sources. And there was somebody that had... There were about 7 news articles that had said different things, like different ages, different times. And I'm like, what? But I found, just lying about on the web, the actual fucking official documents. You know what I mean? So you kind of go, well, you shouldn't be getting this information wrong. It's on the web. So I never doubted my content. It was more of the video and the audio and everything else. And then, like I said, the self-doubt gets removed by this mass of really nice positive comments. And now I just feel fucking like an imposter. I'm kind of going, nah, it's not really that good. Stop it. I could just do another few videos like that to keep pushing me up a bit.
Well, no,
I'm sure.
Mate. Like I said, I normally send you a picture, show you that I'm watching it, don't I? I go, look, I'm watching. I normally watch it when I'm laid on bed. I'll not tell you what else I'm doing, like, but
he gets his strap on out then.
Yeah, that expensive £500 one with the gold diamonds. But yeah, no, I'm over the moon for you because obviously me and Mr. B have followed you, starting it all off and your idea for it, and so yes, absolutely. Hoorah!
When you become a millionaire, you better. Who's your favourite friend? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and a big love to everybody in chat as well who supported him. I know there's a hell of a lot of you, majority of you people who are in chat have subscribed to him, so I do appreciate that. Big love to everybody who is in chat as well. We have got the wonderful Mr. B, who's not had the greatest of weeks, have you, brother?
No. I mean, fucking agony.
He did say before we came on air, you are all allowed to laugh. He doesn't mind.
Yeah, no, well, to be honest, it is a comedy sketch when all said and done. And it is down to my own stupidity. So, can't really...
Come on, then, put him out of misery. What did you do while you were at the gym?
So, obviously, I go to the pool on... I've been going three days a week and all sort of jobbing. So, the last time I went, I allowed something to happen that I never usually do. And that is, I let my pride get the better of me. Now, what happened was I got changed pretty quick, so I was eager to get into the pool because I'm now up to like 30 lengths as a record target. The closest I've come is 28, and I couldn't do any more, so I'm trying to get to that 30. So I was eager to get into the pool. Mr. B was complaining about breathing in a second oxygen. What?
We'll get onto that a little bit later on.
Yeah. So what's I forgot where I was then. So anyway, I'm trying to get into the pool quickly, and as I get into I leave my dad in the locker room. I go into the pool area, and next to the pool is a little jacuzzi with two very handsome women in it. The type of woman that every bloke would look at and go, ooh, if they're not married. Obviously, I'd never do that. But then one was facing me, one was facing the other way. Now, I know what it's like when someone like goes, fucking hell, look at that. And that's what one of them did. And the other one turned around to have a look at me. They saw them both giggle. Now, that's where pride stepped in, because at that point, I was a little bit hurt. And I thought, fuck you, you little fucking set of cowbags. I'm going to get in this pool normally. I'm going to show you what this fat fuck can do, motherfucker. So as I walk into the pool, there's the stairs coming down to the pool, which are quite shallow and steep. But they're like the type of pool that you would expect at a villa. So you've got the nice stone surround, there's marble steps as you go in. For anyone who doesn't, I've got lymphedema in my left leg. And my left leg went onto the first step. My foot didn't touch because my calf hit the step before my foot could touch. And that was it. I crashed into the pool. Arse first, straight into the stone step at the top. Damn near broke me coccyx. Slid all the way down my back. Cut on my back. Up my back is black and blue. Did my knee wrapped around the rail. And yeah, I was pretty most of the most embarrassing moment of recent memory.
See,
sorry, bro.
The thing that makes all of that worse is the first bit of the two bitches laughing at you. And then you're like, oh, fuck this, I'm going to show you. And then that. So, if you were definitely laughing at you after, that is the worst bit, isn't it?
What made it worse was when I actually managed to get back up and get myself straight. There was another couple in the pool who kindly asked if I was okay. And out of pride, I looked at them and said, don't try this at home. And just carried on. And it was probably... I only managed 20 lengths because I was in that much pain.
Yeah, you would be.
The pain, and I was just pushing through it. And I could have got out the pool when it happened and just gone home. But that's not what I'm there for. It was my own fault. I caused this. I should have to deal with the pain as punishment. So which is what I did. I carried on with the 20, dragged myself out the pool, went home, curled up in a corner and cried for an hour.
Vape Pasty said, did the old cards up with like 10 on it or 8.4 or something?
If Jeremy Beadle had been there, I'd have made $1 million.
Yeah, 250 quid at least. The other bit that made me giggle, obviously we talk in our chat, and he said, I checked on him today if he were all right for the show and stuff like that, to see if he were all right, and he says, yeah, I'm all right. He says, I'm going to have to be covered up with painkillers. He said, I've been laid on my front for the last 2 days with my arse in there. So I sent one back.
Yeah, bastard. Make sure no one parks a bike in your ass. Fucking hell, man.
Make sure nobody parks a bike in your ass.
If a nurse come in to take a picture of it, she'd put me forward to fucking child services or something, saying I'm being beaten up.
See, to be fair, I was too busy writing, so I didn't respond, but my brain did pause for a second, and I really did want to type. As you were like telling us, I really wanted to put, is it too soon to laugh yet? But I thought, I'll not. I don't want to get in trouble. I'll just leave it.
You've got to know though that we were going to laugh anyway. He knows what we like. He knew it was going to come. It's not.
I laugh about it. But the straight fact is, it was my own stupid fault for letting pride get to me.
Yeah, it's an horrible thing.
9 times out of 10, you walk in, you think, fuck you, I don't give a shit. Look, I'm here to do a job. Go fuck yourselves. I'm not asked. But for that moment, I don't know what it was. For that moment, when I saw them 2 girls laughing at me, my blood just boiled.
It does sound a bit like something out of a bowling for soup video.
Well, I went from no to I'm going to break your scrawny neck in instant. And it just, I tell you, I was furious. But not as furious as I was with myself.
Well, they said the world's equally balanced, don't they? You know, like karma and all that. So you had a really shit week. I had a really good week.
Yeah,
balanced itself out, didn't it?
I'm glad I can contribute to your success, Harley.
Then I went to London, which was a completely different experience than what I actually thought it were going to be. Anybody who watched the Sav show on the Friday night when I got back will know this, but a Yorkshireman going to London, they all look at you funny and they don't say hello back, do they?
No, London is a very, very, very strange place. I've been there once. I swore I'd never go back.
We went to Madame Tussauds. To be honest with you, the people were just ignorant. Just walked in front of you. We'd be taking a photograph. Didn't like that. I got a bit of a strop on the end of that. I was like, come on, Lou, we're going. I've had enough of this already. A lot of foreigners as well. They just didn't acknowledge you at all. Then we went to Harry Potter. The company who took us there in the coach, it were half an hour late. Well, the traffic made it another half an hour late. So it were a massive rush to get back to coach. So a lot of it we had to rush through to get there. So that sort of spoiled that. We saw all the palace. That was really good. And then on the Friday when we were leaving, which was the best day, we went to did the London Eye, and then we did the Sea Life Centre, which was so calming, like because of the fish and the music. And
I'd have found the corner and slept.
Yeah, I think a few people did nod off. I did see a couple of people either that or they were dead.
I'll never forget, my wife went to Madame Tussauds once, the one in Blackpool. And she actually sent me a picture with the title of, you keep saying you want a picture of me and you together. Here's a lovely one. And she took a picture of her stood next to Shrek. It's like, fuck you.
We did that with Ollie. Ollie, we call her Fiona. I don't call her Fiona. Louise's dad calls her Fiona, so she had one took it to her granddad. But yeah, it was the hotel was absolutely fantastic. All right, it was expensive, but it was right near the King's Cross station. And they're all big, massive Georgian houses, and with the park, a little bit like EastEnders. It was like that with two tennis courts in it, and it was really, really good. So I think the money were good. I think the cost of it were absolutely fantastic. So, all right, it cost us a bomb. It did cost us a bomb, and it was very expensive while you were there. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah,
but
the
like
kids were fairly well behaved.
As a Yorkshire person going to London, I hadn't seen the film Elf, but I've seen clips, and that's what it's reminiscent of to me. You walking around going, hiya, yeah. Afternoon, you all right? And no one. I used to spend a lot of time in London, and there were once I weren't fully with it, and I tried to leave a train station with my ticket through the entrance barrier. And obviously, after about 150 people had walked past me, fucking Northerner, one woman came up to me, she was a Southerner, and she said, darling, you can't leave with this one, this is entrance. And I looked up and saw the Red Cross, thought, oh shit, I don't know what we're going through my brain. And I said, hey, you're a Southerner and you've just talked to me. And she went, oh no, darling, I'm originally from North. That's it, that's why you talked to me.
I'll tell you what as well, funny as out, Louise, Lou knows what I'm like. So after about 10 minutes of me like, moving to the side to let people get past, so they weren't moving. They were just letting me do it. So the kids, everybody were in single file. They just brought me. I just stayed. There were people bouncing off me.
But you see, I don't mind that because being from Sheffield, I never realised growing up how much of a big city Sheffield were. And obviously it's something like the 7th biggest city. So when I get to London, see Steph, she's from a little village. She don't quite understand that big city vibe. So we'll walk through somewhere like Meadowhall, and it takes her forever because she's ducking and diving. Like, babe, put your shoulders up and just fucking walk. Don't move out your way. And in places like London, in places like Meadowhall, you have to do that because if not, it's big dog eats small. You know what I mean? You have to take charge and go, right, fuckers. You might be from London, but I'm from North. Shift.
That's true. Shrek's saying that. Obviously, Shrek's absolutely fucking huge. If he won't, they're going to be bouncing off him. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is now time. The wonderful people who join us week in, week out on the show in chat. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We are going to get over to the Catch Us on the Replay.
This one's for all the cool cats on the replay.
Right then.
It's just reloading, so I've just refreshed it. Right, quite a lot of comments this week for some unbeknown reason.
I wonder what it is. I've been fucking waiting for this.
We've got 14, and I did pre-read them, and I did quite enjoy it. So first, we've got Rasper was. Mr. B dropping the ball on the second-hand vape was a bit embarrassing. Laughing face.
Fuck off, embarrassing.
It were quite embarrassing for the show, to be fair. Might not be embarrassing for you, but for me and Aidan it were.
Get your digs in while you can, son.
Paul Dooling, great show, lads. I'm in the middle of a debate you had, and I understand both sides. I try not to vape too much outside, as I get people doing the waffy hand gesture and coughing thing. And then he later commented, and I have to add, black pudding is a bloody lovely. When I lived in Doncaster, I used to get mine from a butcher's in Carcroft, all made in the shop. I also used to like pigs or beast brains. Can't get them anymore. All the best, lads. Martin McDermott, great show, was a giggle. I give it a solid 97.5%. I liked that one. Rob Stanley, one for Mr. B.
Oh, fuck me.
If I watch this video but skip 20% of the drama and then watch it again in full, except from the U-turns, as a percentage, how many of my life have I just wasted? And please, can I get a refund? Thank you.
Far too much and no.
I like that because it just... I especially liked the except from the U-turns, which were a specific reference to Mr. B. Ben M.
It's not my fault you don't understand plain English.
Ben M. Sorry I missed the live, but to restart the second-hand vape debate, one of the telling signs is that NHS hospitals have banned smoking from the grounds, but you can vape outside, away from an entrance. 3D, hilarious episode. Shrek says, second-hand vape, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face. Oh dear, what's next? Passive vaping. But I wonder if it's 97.5% or 97.5%.
That's far too many words for Shrek. He got his mum to write that.
John Paul Glasgow on the repay. You don't have to repay, John. It's all right. On the replay again, and Crimson Seed and Lemon Lush are the best juicers out there by miles. Kissing Face, Rochford. Finally, to start off a new debate, we have Connor Eltringham. Hey all, hope we're all doing good. Also, a rather popular opinion is that RDAs are better than RTAs. What are your thoughts?
Horses for courses.
Yeah,
Simply.
It
depends on the person's lifestyle and everything. For me, who don't go out often, RDAs all day long. However, if you go to work, especially something like a big tank, like a steam crave or something like that.
When someone says, what's your opinion? You can't go all that everyone changes them. Everyone's different. No, he's asking what your opinion is.
Right, well, I said that in what I was saying. Again, you don't understand.
Yeah, but you're going around the bush, aren't you?
For me, personally, but that's the answer, though.
Next, you're going to be telling us what percent of people prefer which, and we don't need it.
You're the fucking conspiracy's percentage pie chart twatty, not me.
Have you looked at the comments? Because it sounds like you're that guy, not me.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I see what Mr. B's saying. Again, I would actually probably say the same sort of thing, is because if RDAs are, you're going to get a bit better flavour than you are from RTAs. There is some RTAs out there that are, in my opinion, as good as some RDAs. But if it's unpractical if you're working in an environment to have an RDA and keep dripping all the time. That's where the good RDTAs, which you love, I know, and RTAs come in.
See, I'm glad you're saying that. The reason I was shaking my head is because, again, we nearly had a full conversation about the two. We aren't mentioning RDTAs. And I did comment back saying I prefer RDTAs. and then I give them a run through of where RDTA is. I usually use an RDA, but recently I've been on the Dead Rabbit, which is RTA. But I don't really don't get why RDTAs aren't as popular as the alternatives, because you really do get the flavor from an RDA. It's basically having an RDA squonker. Yeah, okay, if you lay it down, it will slowly leak out. But I kind of go, well, it's kind of bang on in between them. RDAs are popular, RTAs are popular, but you don't often hear of the RDTA crew.
Let us know in chat as well what everybody else's sort of favourite of that is. The RDTA, a lot of people find them very hard to wick for some reason.
It depends on the RDTA, though. There's some out there. What was the one I had from Vatefly? Can't remember the name.
The Broomhilda?
No. But it was a Vatefly. Can't remember the name of it. But it was an RDTA that was absolutely amazing. Truly amazing. And it wicked wonderfully. There's the Aspire one that you just put the cotton on the top and it draws it up when you let it up through it. That's an amazing one. If you like a very tight draw, because it's not the best on as far as a full, like a direct to lung jobby.
Are you on about the Vapefly Galaxies? The Optima?
Could be. I'm trying to think. I'll find it. Hang on. No, it wasn't Vapefly. It was the Pyro. Fucking hell. Pyro. It was a Pyro 4? Pyro 3?
Yeah, Pyro. Yeah, 4.
Pyro. Yeah, 4. Pyro 4. That's one. And I loved it. It's not. It's Vapefly. Is it Vapefly? Sure, it's Vapefly. Pyro. Yeah, anyway. Pyro 4. And I love
Vandy
that
Vape,
RDTA. Vandy Vape, that's the fucker. Starts with a V. I weren't far off. But yeah, no, it was an absolute amazing RDTA. Lovely flavour. Had a banging coil set up for it with amazing airflow. But it just overheated slightly when you used it at high wattage. That was its only real downfall.
We've got RTA, RDA. My first stripper, he hasn't looked back. That's fact, Steve. My wonderful brother gave him an RDA. RDA at home, RTA for work. Yeah, that's the same sort of thing as what. It's nice. I usually have it for when I'm having my Rochford. You know what I mean?
See,
Shrek
there saying the Pyro 4 is just a crap juice intake, but obviously you got a dodgy one, or he can't wick. One of the two.
Yeah, again, to address Shrek, the Galaxies RDTA was not a micropod. I think they might have had a micropod, but they did do a Vapefly Galaxies, not Galaxy, Galaxies RDTA. The Optima was an RDTA pod, but the Galaxies was an RDTA.
I've said this on plenty of shows. As much as coiling properly in coil position, wicking, you've got to be able to wick properly as well, and make sure that you're getting the right amount of wick. And you find a lot of people that they'll go, "Oh, it leaks for me," and it's like, well,
this is the thing. It's a weird one. It's like Factory then said the juice port into it too small, you couldn't fit normal bottles. I disagree with that because at the time, you remember those loaded juice you could get with the glass bottle and it had the pinch in the top.
Yeah, the pipette. Yeah.
Yeah, I was using that to fill it up, so I didn't have a problem with filling.
I've got to admit that there's a lot of them, especially pod kits, that don't seem to work out the size of bottles, and you think if it was something that they would do.
I mean, look at this fucker that I'm using at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ, it was a deal on EC1 for PUD, and it was just like, I wasn't expecting a nozzle that big, so I swapped to my RDA so I could use it.
Yeah, obviously you can decant to the smaller bottles, but you
I'd
prefer to have
that bullshit.
The bigger bottles on them. But yeah, a lot of pod kits they don't look at it, and a lot of the tanks as well. If they're one of these that slide across, sometimes they don't make it slide across enough.
I had a problem with the an RTA, which was the Valkyrie, and it was to do with the gasket. The rubber piece at the top.
Yeah,
that stops it from leaking. I had a big problem with that because it didn't fit right. So every time you took it off and tried to fill, the gasket just popped out. It wound me up in the end, so I got rid of it.
Mush said he's still using the Geek Vape Griffin. Really, really good. Really good.
Yeah.
I've still got a Buddha, RDA Buddha. You're going back a lot of years like that. An original one. I still like using that. That's corking flavour. I used to use that for all my juice reviews before I went to
Every now and again, I pull out the Geek Vape. Is it Typhoon? I'm sure it is. Tsunami. Tsunami 4 with the glass in it. Fucking brilliant RDA, that.
Another one, it isn't too old, but I swear by it. If anybody wants an easy dripper, an RDA to build on, with really, really smooth airflow, which is the Tallow X. Really, really smooth airflow. And I think the cheapest chips now, that you can pick them up for about 15 quid. But yeah, no, it's one of them, again, you take somebody like Mike Meggs, that's what he was called, his channel was called Mike Meggs, and he would never have touched a pod kit, but nowadays, that's all he's on. He's on a pod kit, 20 milligram Nick salts.
Yeah, some of you just can't, you just can't beat them. Some pod kits are really, really good. I really enjoyed the Maxus Max until I couldn't get hold of the coils anymore. Couldn't get hold of the coils anymore for it. Shrek sent me a link to the Free Max, whatever it was, but you had to buy a company called Crazy Clouds, and I've had issues with them before, so I just wasn't prepared to do it.
I'm really Stuart Valentine said he's got 2 of the Tallow X's on sale for $8 each.
Oof. There you
Cheapest
go,
chips.
folks.
If anybody's wanting a cheap RDA that's really good airflow, simple to build on, get yourself over and get that. I recommend it highly.
That's Australian dollars. That's Australian dollars. You get $3 to the pound. $3. No, it's something I remember when I used to do security work. One of the things I did was the Ashes in the UK. And one of the chants that the English people sang as a derogatory point towards the Australians were, you get $3 to the pound, you get $3 to the pound. It was like a big thing saying your money's shite.
Oh, great. That's it. Start pissing the fucking Australians off now.
Well, it's the Ashes. You do that naturally.
Yeah, there's some big banter there. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, which was mentioned in the replay, and make sure that if you are watching this on the replay, do leave us some comments down there. We are going to be giving away our normal Rochford project a little bit later on. You'll be able to get your hands on 2 of these wonderful bottles. And also, if you look at the top left-hand corner, if you use the code 3MENVAPE, you get 15% off while the show's on. I think it goes all the way till 12 o'clock. Go and support RJ. The juices are amazing.
Stuart, that particular year is one of 3 times we won it.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was something back in...
It was a long time. It was
2000 and... I think Flintoff were playing. 2004, 5.
It's got to be around that. Got to be.
I think I was just dating Louise, or I'd just not met her yet. I just haven't met you yet.
Before we go further, can I just comment about the last show?
Yes, of course you can.
Because now here's the thing. Because I've been waiting to do this.
Are we U-turning again?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have done research since that. Now,
please say at least 1%.
My original comments was based using some sort of fleeting logic. That whatever you inhale, you exhale. Even if we have some sort of magic filter in our system, it's still going to be exhaling something. However, there has been studies done saying that passive vaping is not a thing, and vaping, what you exhale, is perfectly safe.
Well,
so there you go.
Just a bit of a devil of a conversation. Who were these studies done by? Of a reliable? Sorry.
Yeah, I've got to admit though, in it as well, there is actually studies out there from people saying that there is passive vaping, but the studies of what they've done, it's a little bit like years ago when they did a study on vaping, and they used cartomizers. Now the amount that they put through the cartomizers, you would never vape it. It would taste absolutely disgusting. They'd got it down to where there were enough burning.
What they were doing, they were fucking up because they were putting it on a machine that didn't use it correctly. So what they was doing was, when you use one of these, the main aspect that keeps it safe is the fact that you're inhaling, keeping the coil cool enough that it doesn't go stupid, so it doesn't go red hot or anything, but hot enough that you actually vape from. Now, what they were doing, they wasn't putting an airflow through it. So they were just lighting it, and whatever was coming out the top, they was analysing that.
Well, the study that I saw, they actually used an artificial breathing machine. That's what they did. But the amount that they used on the old silicon wicks,
oh god,
it was just impossible that anybody would vape that, because number one, it'd taste absolutely disgusting, and number two, you'd never let it get like that.
No, you wouldn't.
See, to be fair, I just look at it on the basis of there's that much plastic in the world. And I'm not an anti-plastic person, but they've found plastic in people's blood, in people's bodies. And the sat going, vaping's bad for you. You're going, all right, is it?
Well, again, it's something that I spoke about. I think we spoke about it on the other show. Literally, I walked through King's Cross Station, and you know the stuff that you use for cakes and that.
Yeah.
Literally, a young girl. She must have been no older than 18 if she were 18. Big bottle like that, not like these little silver canisters that you find, but they have. Just toting on it like it were nothing.
The thing is, as a DJ, you'll know this. Do you remember when we used to use smoke machines in nightclubs? Wasn't that PG that we just put through it?
Yeah.
PG and some sort of flavouring to make it smell nice.
Yeah, you could have flavoured or scented ones.
Scented,
but yeah, they never hurt you.
Exactly. I mean, they still banned it because of the... I never understood why they banned smoke machines in discotheques. I never understood why.
Well, they're not banned. I can still use them now. You can in venues that allow them, but the majority of them...
the one I in didn't.
Yeah, if they don't allow them, but a lot of them stopped you from using them was because of the fire alarm.
VG. VG, PG, same thing.
Yeah, well, it's not, but VG, PG.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. VG, I couldn't remember if it were VG or PG, if I'm honest with you.
It was one of the fuckers, you pedantic bastard.
But yeah, they're not banned, it's just the fact that they set the smoke alarms off.
I can't believe we have to do this, but can we go back to basics for a second?
Yeah.
For anyone that's new to this channel that hadn't vaped before, PG delivers the throat hit and the flavour, VG delivers the thick cloud.
Yes.
Just in case anyone was wondering.
Between PG and VG, but considering 99% of the people watching this understand the difference and get that it's just like, I can't remember whether it's PG or VG they put in, so I took a stab at 54.
To be honest with you, I can't even say that propylene go like...
Propylene glycol.
That's it, I can't even say that properly.
And that's coming from me.
He can fucking say that, but he fucks upon 90% of the English language.
I practiced that one.
It's the way the world works. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it is hand check time.
It's that time, people. It's hand check time.
It is hand check time, people.
For some reason, while that were on, and after you said it, I was just sat staring at the screen going, what's happening now then?
Where's Mr. B going?
So we'll start again, shall we, guys? Have you shared screen in?
I have, buddy.
So we're all waiting for me, are we?
We are, as usual.
You're totally right, Lee. Spearmint. Lovely mod.
So we've got Bill Richards. Still loving my G2 and a couple of top air tanks. Still loving my G2 and a couple of top air tanks with my usual liquids.
Ooh.
Who's
Lovely
that on
mod.
the screen? Who's on the screen, Bill?
I bet you like turning that on in the morning, don't you?
Pun intended. Bob Cattrall's got a small thing.
I'm going to get, I tell you what,
SQ.
when I lose enough weight, I'm going to have that word tattooed on my back.
X-Slim.
X-Slim. XL Slim.
Chicos! In as much as a hand check, but more a work in progress. He has got an RDA down there. I'm not quite sure what the tube of the skulls are, though.
That's going to be a mod at some point, I guarantee it.
The RDA looks, I think it's, is it the diesel?
I don't know the diesel.
I hated the diesel.
I did as well, but it looks like it with the thingy I might
That's
be on.
not a diesel.
RDTA, the diesel one. Chico as well, your coils are absolutely fantastic. I've used 2 sets.
I've got Chico's coils in this right now. It's the only coils I will ever use.
Next
Really
up,
good.
we've got Kieran Doyle with the Argus pod kit with Guanabana.
Guanabana.
Guanabana and lime on ice. Raspberry lemonade, IVG disposable. Do you think I used to be a mech user?
Don't think about that Argos. I think you
Twice
called it
as
Argos
expensive.
first, Mr. B, once, I think.
I've called it Argos loads of times.
Yeah.
Argos.
I think it's only got a really small battery capacity. I think it's something like 1,800 or...
Just wait until the nuclear batteries come out.
I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. There's another thing that I saw the other day which is just like blown my mind.
But to be fair, calling it the Argos, because they brought out the advertisement, didn't they, Argos? And where that
Argus.
guy pronounced it Argus.
That's
Yeah,
why I
That
call it
is
Argus.
Argus.
That's probably where they got the name from.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that lovely chair from? I got it from Argus.
The vape. Darth
Vape.
with his Geek Vape M100, Zeus Nano, he thinks. Usual film request with the Berserker V3.
That's a good art. That's a good MTL RTA. Is that one Berserker?
The tank, I don't think is that.
That the one on the right isn't it?
Yeah, the one on the right is, but the one on the left, I don't think it is the. It might be the. I think it is actually the Nano. I think it is the Nano, Zeus Nano. He come with a kit. I gave him that kit.
Talk about self-doubt. Mark H. A touch of mech. Screamer RDA and some Armatorium. Mint
Get
kit.
that stuff while you can. Soon it
gone.
will go into a. Is it all gone?
All gone,
Oh,
which is
that's it now.
so sad.
If you've got a bottle of that, keep ordering. One day it'll be worth £1 million.
Yeah, I'm really sad about that. Lovely bloke, and I wish it'd have gone a bit better for him.
Next up, we've got Martin Saunders. Basic work setup. Geek Vape Obelisk and Vupu Mat Tank. Or Mat Tank.
The Matt tank, really good tank. That.
Yeah, it is actually.
Is it
Sat there
Matt?
chilling out on his recliner.
Just chilling.
Ooh, bit of a
Magic
drag.
count. Drag free with a Zeus single coil, many years old tank.
Absolutely brilliant when they first come out. Well, they're still brilliant now. Really good.
The original drag is what got me off cigarettes. That was the mod that did it for me. I've
Did I
got a
tell
love
you-
affinity with the drag.
Did I tell you about my video on how to fix the button?
No, but I'm
God.
sure we could talk about it.
Why not?
Guess who we've got here? We're a dark secret.
Oh, that's Aiden's bloody pal from the one he took to.
It is, it's
I
James.
I wondered
the one
what
we
you were
took to
going
the
to say.
expo.
And if I'm not too wrong here, I think also that pillow was made by Lisa Simpson, I think, as well. She makes them pillows. I think it is, if I'm correct. I think she auctioned them
They're
off
cool.
for...
They're cool pillows.
They are, yeah. I'm near enough certain. Nice cushion. There we go. Yeah, it's from Lisa. She does lots of art and craft stuff, Lisa. So get yourself over to her channel. I'm sure Lee will tag you into it.
And get yourself some Shy Tots. If you want
was
to
just
taste
about
their
to say.
liquid, whoa, get yourself some Shy Tots. They are amazing.
Award winning.
Award winning.
Award winning, yeah.
Ben M on the Odin with a fat rabbit today.
Do you know what I don't like about that Odin was them little gashes down the side where you can see your batteries.
Yeah, but to be fair though, those types of mods do have a problem with getting a bit hot when using regularly. So those gashes, as you call them, will do really well to keep the batteries cool.
Yeah, I know what they're there. I just don't. I'd like them to maybe do it a different way. You know where
They could have put something down, just to so you didn't have to see the batteries.
a bit of mesh.
Yeah, a bit of mesh.
Excuse me,
make it-
Ben. I
make
can
it-
see your gash. You're revealing your insides to us.
Make it look like an 18-year-old's Renault Clio. Load of gashes and mesh inside.
Can we stop saying gash, please? Right, I think that's it. If
don't
I've
think-
missed you out, it's because you posted too late or because my computer. Either which way, I'm sorry. I do apologise. Feel free to moan at me.
Feel free to moan at you. No, I'm not moaning. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I don't know if I've missed any emails because I haven't checked my emails today. I was at work. I've worked all the weekend and thinking I've not checked my emails. If nothing's come through that, in fact, if I've missed you, mate.
What's happened to the screen of that? I think it's just the way the camera was taking the picture.
No, it did look like the screen was broken, half it were off.
Well, I was just trying to, make the guy who took the picture feel a bit better. But no, you keep.
He's already exposed his gash, so not coming back from that.
I do want to say something about London. What I did see there in London was...
you saw someone's gash?
I saw plenty of gash in London, believe me. Was that there was obviously a hell of a lot of people vaping, but every single person I saw was on a disposable, except 2 people who had like a proper setup. The rest was just old people, young people, all on disposables.
I reckon if I went to London with a bag full of Caliburn A2s, let's just pick that one out, and a load of juices and stuff, I could set up a pitch in the middle of London centre and I'd make a fucking fortune. I'd just had a sign on top saying, swap your disposable now. I'd make a fucking fortune.
I think, yeah, you're totally right. I went into the shop where Finn works, obviously the one on the corner, a couple of weeks back, and a lad come in to buy disposables. He bought 4 disposables, or went to buy 4 disposables. And me and him ended up convincing him that you're better off. And I think he bought a Caliburn, I think it was a Caliburn G, I think he bought.
Yeah.
And we convinced him to there. So, but I think it was going to cost him for the 4 vapes, I think it was something like 25 quid. Where the whole entire setup and the juice cost exactly the same. And he got 3 bottles of juice, 20 milligram.
It was a few months ago, but we did on a live show. We did an actual calculation of the difference between getting disposables every day for a year and having a Caliburn A2 for a year, and the difference in cost was about £500 over the course of the year. That was crazy.
I think that there's a lot more deals out there. I think you can get now. I think
we worked on £4 a disposable. That's what we worked on.
Yeah, I think
which is the average.
I think you can get 3 for £7. I think, or not even that.
See, again, I've always been against them. I featured in an EC Click article against them as a shop owner and as a reviewer. And in the shop, I've always been trying to push people. Not in a way of, oh, you ought to stop smoking full-time and go vaping full-time. But when people come in and go, I want better flavour, I'd go, well, RDA. And rather than telling them that it's better and it's easier, I'd help them set one up. And then if they wanted to buy it then, they could buy it. Which they always would, because I'd show them I'd set it up and taste it and go, fucking hell, that's amazing. So it was never a risk. And that's what I've done with disposables. Now, I've stopped selling disposables, but I still stock in the Vinci Q. And when I reviewed the Vinci Q, which I think it was the last thing I reviewed, I said that the Vupu had done an amazing trick. Because what they've done is got a pod that you can buy for £12, and it only comes with 1 pod, but it's £12 fucking pound for crying out loud. The battery's enough to last you like 1.5 days. The flavour's really good. It's a built-in coil, so you don't have to fuck about that. They've created a step up from disposables that's a really cheap solution. So a vape shop can say to someone buying disposables, hey, look, how many disposables do you use a week? Well, 5. Right, well, if you spend, that's going to cost you 25 quid if you buy elf bars. This pod with 1 juice is going to cost you 15 quid. That's going to last you the entire week. The week after, you can buy 1 more pod replacement and 1 more juice. That's going to be 6 quid for the entire week. And then they're like, oh, wow. And they're like, well, what's battery like? What's flavour like? And you're like, look, it's fucking easy to use. It's got a button, but you don't have to use it. It's draw activation. And Vupu obviously saw that coming and they chose that. The big problem is, as a guess, I'm going to say at least 70% of disposables are being bought from shops, not vape shops.
Yeah.
So then that upsell can't happen. You can't have said to someone, look, there's a better solution. It's cheaper. It's better for the environment. It's better for your wallet. It's better all around. You can't do that because they're not coming into a shop that cares. They're going into a corner shop.
That's the bit that's got to start being looked at. And I've said it for years and years, is to stop these, just any old store selling. It's got to be a vape shop that sells.
I'm going to put my head on the ledge here on the chopping block and answer Stuart's comment. Now, Stuart says, quite rightly, as long as they're vaping, who cares what they're using, as long as they keep away from the stinkies? Fine, yes, on principle, very good point. However, let's say tomorrow, 10,000 people all gave up the cars and started walking to work. We could turn around and say, wonderful, more people walking to work, they're going to be healthy. However, all 10, let's say 8,000 are walking in shoes that are not comfortable, they're going to hurt the feet, and it's going to be not a nice,
I don't know where
not a nice way to go. And I know where I'm going. Don't you worry. So the 8,000 people are walking to work in shoes when you could turn around and say, hang on a minute, why don't you get yourself a pair of trainers? Because these trainers are not only going to make your feet nice and comfortable, but they're going to keep you walking to work a lot longer because you won't be in as much pain. So then you could actually say, oh, now we've got 10,000 people in trainers all doing brilliant job. Now, vaping's the same way. Yes, we've got a load of people using disposables, and it's wonderful that they're not smoking. However, we could turn around and say, why don't you actually do it this way and save yourself a shitload of money, which will then keep you on the vaping path?
Totally agree with that. I also agree with Stuart, and I think my brother made a point on this as well, is that if disposables were around when we first ever started vaping, I would have been on them. Everybody would have been on them. But it is there to give them knowledge, and exactly what he's saying is the stinkies, keeping them off the stinkies, and then letting them gradually. They'll learn it themselves. They'll go. Some people won't. Now, I know they would put their £25 a week for him to use disposables. If they've been paying £70 a week for cigarettes, then £25 to them, they're saving 45 quid to the way they're looking at them. But it's giving the right information out there, and it's a gateway to get them off of the stinkies. It's not the best way to do it, but if it's getting them off them, we can then educate them and then they move forward. Like the lad coming in the shop.
But there is the argument of it does make a difference because, as I said, I think I said it in the Easy Click article, and I've said it all along ever since they became popular. Well, since we've been pushed over here, because that's what's happened. We've been pushed.
Yeah.
And my point of it all is, it's bad for the industry. That's why it matters, because one, kids are buying them, and I don't just mean some kids. I mean fucking kids are obsessed with them. Fucking anyone above fucking. Even as young as 8, you know what I mean? They fucking want disposables. They can now buy them. Before they couldn't afford a 30 quid mod, so it didn't matter. Now they can afford 3 or 4 quid to buy disposable. So, 1, kids are on it. 2, the massive fucking waste and recycle and littering problem. 4, fakes. There's fucking rife with fakes. The entire problem with the geek bars weren't that geek bars were shit. It was because how many fake ones there were. So that's already 3 massive problems that's really bad for the vape industry. And I'm sure there are a 4th, but I can't remember what it were. But that's, I mean, as a whole...
Flat Cap got the 4th.
As a whole, they are really bad for the vape industry.
Flat Cap couldn't be a cracking comment. Hey, up, Flat Cap. Yeah, sexy twat. Hey, chaps, good to see you back. No one is talking about the real problem with the majority of disposables. Dodgy Chinese wiring electronics. And where's the e-liquid coming from? That's actually a fair point. What about the dodgy Chinese electronics and wiring? And who knows where this liquid's coming from? It could be coming from your mother's tit.
Well, this is what I was saying about fakes. Because not only with the fakes, the batteries are dangerous. The metal that's being used inside the coil is dangerous. The cotton.
It's not like they're using
dangerous.
lead.
The liquid. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? There's certain metals that shouldn't be used. There's certain cottons. Bleached cotton should not be used in a vape. You know what I mean? There's not just one element of e-liquid, it's the entire thing that could be potentially dangerous one way or another. And let's face it, corner shops are always going to buy the cheapest thing they get hold of. So if someone walks up and says, we're a distributor, we can sell you elf bars for £1, they're going to fucking buy them.
It is something that's got to be addressed and be looked at to say, look, we need to know where the liquid's coming from. Obviously, if you're getting it from a reputable person or company, you're going to know where it comes from. I
saw a thing on Facebook, and now I follow all the local police Facebook accounts because they do a really good job of naming and shaming. It's fucking wonderful. And it's funny to watch all these idiots get smashed a car up and stuff. It's fantastic. But one of the things they did, and it was about 2 weeks ago, where Lancashire Metropolitan Police seized over £1 million worth of fake and illegal disposables.
A lot of them was illegal because, again, so just say you've got the Geek Bar, which is made by, obviously, Geek Vape, then, or the subsidiary company from them. There's other ones out there that you can get which are, say, got 17 mil of e-liquid in it, which you can't have.
Which would make it legal.
It's illegal, but it doesn't mean that it's actually harmful. It
does mean that they are cracking down on these.
Oh, yeah.
But one place, £1 million worth of vape products. One place. That's insane.
In order to be fair, we do have to mention that fake e-liquid is bad as well. I mean, for example, the other year, Zeus were going mad, going shop to shop, testing people's juice. And if it weren't the original proper thing, they'd take the entire stock and say, we've condemned it because it's fake product, you shouldn't have it in your shop. So it's not just the disposables. I think the problem is with disposables. One, it's easier to fake a disposable. You don't have to worry about the boxings. I mean, it's easier and there's more things that can be dangerous within it. But that's why the TPD's there, is to protect us from that sort of stuff, isn't it?
I love Fee's comment. Used to be cannabis, now it's disposables.
Well, to be honest with you, Fee, it used to be pod systems. Pod systems were the devil, and then pod systems are all right now. It's disposables that's the devil.
I think she's on about the police raids. It used to be like £1 million worth of cannabis trees. Now it's some bloody corner shop where they've got £1 million worth of dodgy disposables.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we see some of the decent stuff instead of the disposables with Mr. B's Deals of the Week?
A message from deep within the jungle. I've searched high and low for a lot of the deals. So here from Vape, Deals of the Week.
You said decent, but didn't you have a disposable on deals last time?
And the sheep with a fat ass. Yes, I did.
He did, yeah, that sheep were lovely.
That sheep was some proper kebab meat with that one. Right, just give me 1 second, folks. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grab your cocks and hold your socks because I've got some amazing deals for you. Here we are. All of these are from E61. E61's gone bonkers with deals. Now we're starting off with the the Steam Crave Hydron Mini DNA 100C was £130, now just 75 quid. You might think that's expensive, but to me, that's a hell of a bargain. 75 quid for a DNA. That's a cracking mod. And for that, you get it in gunmetal, which is my favourite, which is a little bit better than black. But there you two, we're going to keep on the Steam Crave train and go all the way to the Choo Choo Aromamizer Plus V3 RDTA just for Harley. This has been dropped from £60 to just $39.99. You get it in silver with a dipstick, whatever that is. You get it in gunmetal with a red and blue one, and you get it in black with some funky, crappy one. I prefer the gunmetal. I think the gunmetal looks brilliant. But for $39.99, that is pretty fucking awesome, and it's one of the best RDTAs on the market today. Moving on, we've got Vandy Vape. The Vandy Vape Pulse AIO kit dropped from $84.99 all really the way to $39.99. That is a bargain and a half. You get it in frosted black, which is my favorite. You get it in red, and you get it in frosted blue. I think the frosted black looks a little bit better, a bit more stylish.
I like that, yeah.
But I think, the frosted blue is a good colour. But for $39.99, if you're looking for an AIO kit, oof, you're in there like swimwear. It's awesome. Right. When this stops pissing about, I can... Come on. There we go. Now, this one is over at our friends at Vaping 101, who are selling the Dovepaw Topside Dual Top Fill Squonk Mod for just $49.99. That is a crazy price. You get it in black, you get it in gunmetal, you get it in white. Oh, is that silver? I think it's silver. You get it in asthmatic cough. You get it in whatever that is. Another asthmatic cough, and a dying asthmatic cough. So there you go. That's the Dove Pad. Now, for anybody who struggles or still charges their batteries by the silly port here, I've got something for you. check out this, the Nightcore IntelliCharger new i2 for just £9.99. It charges everything from an 18350 all the way to a 21700. That is a hell of a battery.
21700 as well then?
Yes, it does, because I've got one.
Oh, wicked.
For £9.99, you can charge 2 batteries at a time, so you can have 4 batteries, 2 in your mod, 2 in that, and just keep swapping them over.
Well, what that's good for as well is, obviously, if you're going away or you're going to Expo or something like that, you can set a smaller charger with you. Also, if you've got charged batteries, you can do it reverse, so you can use it to charge up a mod that's got an internal battery.
Absolutely. And the Nightcore, I normally purchase one every 18 months. I've just purchased a new one now. I think mine was 25 quid, which is a 4-deck with a screen on it. But that one is the one I had before, and it's a spot on. Everything you need. And for 10 quid, you can't knock it. So just to go over what we have, we've got the Steam Crave Hydron Mini DNA to 100C for 75 quid. You've got the Aroma Momorizer for plus V3 RDTA for $39.99. You've got the Vandy Vape Pulse AIO kit for $39.99, all from eSig1. And then on Vaping 101, you've got, for God's sake, get off the... Thank you, you silly thing. You've got the Dovepot Jewel for $49.99 and a Nightcore IntelliCharger for just £9.99. Those are your deals of the week. Get buying.
Well done, buddy. Absolutely fantastic. Bunny was saying that you can get from Flawless the Dot. The Pulse I was thinking about the Dot then for $34.99. So if you
better, save a five.
Even better, save a five and get yourself over there. Just before we start talking about anything else, it's time for your Rochford giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be in the UK or Ireland. I'm sorry, we do not post anywhere else. So it's the UK or Ireland, all of Ireland. And we know what to do. It is Rochford. Get it in now, ladies and gentlemen. Just talking about chargers, I know Brad was saying that his missus's Nightcore exploded and went across the room. There was quite a number of years back, a couple of years back, there was a company selling dodgy ones, and just like disposable vapes and like you can get clones of stuff, you do get them with battery chargers. So please be very careful. Vaping 101 is a very reputable company. I can't see them doing it. So yeah.
I've had 3 Nightcores now over the last 4 or 5 years, and I've never had a problem with them. Apart from that, normally they last me about 18 months. I don't know why. It's always that point when they just stop working, and I just buy a new one. But for 10 quid, you can't knock it.
I've had these same 2 chargers for probably a good 4 or 5 years.
Well, this is the one that hang on, let's unplug it. I'll unplug it. That's the one I've got now with the screen. And it cost me 25 quid from Vaping 101. And I think, for what that is, it's got the screen, gives you all the information you need. I looked at the X-Tar. I know people like the X-Tar, but for me, Nightcore's always been good to me.
I've got a 4-cell X-Tar. I have to have a 4-cell, because more often than not, I'm charging 2 batteries at once.
I've got an X-Tar. I've got an E-fan as well, and I've got it's the X-Star.
But I do need a new one because at the minute
I've got the E-Fest as well, Lucy.
It drops. The X-Star 4-cell that I've got, if you put 2 in on the outer edges, it'll charge them an amp each. If you put 4 in, it's only a 2 amp charger, so it'll then divide all 4 at half an amp each. But and there's a little dial to tell you what it's charging at. But I've noticed that sometimes I put my batteries in and it'll go down to 0 amp. So you have to unplug it and plug it back in, and then it starts charging. It's been doing that for a while now, so I really ought to get a new one. But
well, actually, oh no, that one's sold out. So I was going to say the Vaping 101 are selling the X-Tar 4-bay for $19.99, but it's gone. They've all sold.
Yeah, like I said, I've had mine for a good number of years, and obviously if there's no wrong with him, you can tell when there's stuff going wrong with him. No's going wrong with him. I'm quite sure. And I've got a double bay that I normally take with me when I go to expos and stuff like that. I can't remember what make that is.
Just looking at what the one I've just shown you now is at the moment $24.99 on Vaping 101. I've just checked it, but you can get the i4 in the same style that I've showed you on there for 19. So for an extra tenner. So if you want a 4-bay, you can get for 19.99.
Come on, people, don't forget to get your Rochford in. We'll be drawing it in a couple of minutes' time. Yeah, chargers, again, is something that you need to make sure that you're buying them from a reputable vendor and you know exactly what you're getting. Because batteries, and we all know about battery safety, it's just something that can really badly go wrong in vaping, isn't it?
One thing that I found out, a friend of mine was using a battery charger and he left it plugged in with batteries in it all the time until he needed to use the batteries. I'm like, what are you doing, you crazy bastard?
You should, again, you shouldn't do that at all,
No.
and I would never tell anybody to do it. And I would say, but I am massively guilty at doing it because they do have a shut-off mechanism. Once mine were charged,
but I never trust mine. Once my batteries are charged, I unplug the thing from the back.
Yeah, you should.
Just unplug it, just leave it, and it's done.
What you should do is take your batteries out and put them in a battery box. That's what you should really do.
Yeah, but then I lose the battery box. I'd rather just keep my batteries are safe where they are. They're not going anywhere.
But yeah, no, I am very, very guilty at that, which is bad me.
Naughty boy. Naughty boy.
Well, it is getting down. Last chance, ladies and gentlemen, to get your Rochford in. Only 16 eligible users.
That sounds like a song. Does that get you Rochford in?
Proper burpee. I've had fish and chips before I came on, and I don't normally eat before I come on a show.
Do you know what I've had for tea for the last week?
What?
In fact, no, for the last 3 weeks. Fucking salad.
Oh, salad?
Yeah, every day I eat more
The
salad
problem
than a
is,
fucking
with
rabbit.
my hours that I work, is that I'll have one meal before I go to work, and then I'm there for like 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, and I don't have out to eat until then I get home. Terrible.
I'm getting thinner though.
Yeah, you can see it, mate.
down.
It's coming down. Just try and stay on your feet. That's all you're gonna do now.
Yeah, well, I'm back there tomorrow. I don't give a shit what.
I'm glad that I was thinking is that you're gonna have a couple of weeks off of it or something, but no, I'm glad you're back at it. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, let's roll the giveaway. Or should we say giveaway? I don't give a shit really, if I'm honest with you. Roll it, and the winner is a new one, Edward Jr.
Edward Jr. You can share that with Edward Senior.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've took the email address off. So what you need to do is you need to get in touch with me at
I want my vape at aiden.com.
Give me my shit. Give me my free shit, as Fat Captain said.
littlebrothavapes@gmail.com. Edward, can you just let us know if you want it, buddy? It is getting to that point. Make sure, I think Benny's on after us. Make sure you go and check Benny. And on your way out, make sure you stick them thumbs up. It really does help with the analytics to get the show out there. Ali, say your goodbyes, buddy.
Guys, it's been absolutely fucking wonderful. I'm talking to people in the chat, obviously. Aiden, Mr. B, it's been great. If you're watching on the replay and you have any opinions of things that have happened in this show, like, for example, do you prefer RDAs or RTAs, or are you RDTA crew? I shouldn't do that while that's like that, should I? Then bang it into the description, comments, not description, you can't control that. Feel free to bang it around. I'm also spamming my link, and it's important that you subscribe because while we were on chat, on this live, I only received 4 new subscribers. So I'm now at 2023, and I'd much like to be at 2024 or 5. Or
What you don't
I'd like
know
to be
is
about 1 million.
What you don't know is 3 of those subscribers was his fake accounts.
Yeah, I've actually got another 1,000 that I'm slowly going to keep putting on this week. Fuck you, YouTube. So yeah, please do subscribe. Anyone that has been supporting me, thank you very much. It obviously does mean a hell of a lot to me. I put a lot of time and a lot of effort in. Far more time and effort than I ever put into my reviews. So thank you. It is very much appreciated. Aiden, you've been a wonderful host. And Mr. B, you've been grand. I hope you're back here soon. Have you still been going swimming, by the way? Did you go today or are you going tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning, 7:30 in the morning. I'm going.
Good.
You're gonna have to wheel me into that pool. Oh, fucking get in there somehow. Hands and knees.
Good lad.
Say your goodbyes, Mr. B.
Right, well, before I do have a bit of an update about my channel. I was going to do it on Facebook, but I thought, fuck it, I'll do it here.
Fucking shameless plug.
Exactly. Well, hey, I'll take after you. So, obviously, you know, my channel's been on a hiatus since I had the near heart attack to concentrate on health. Now, I've decided that what I'm going to do with my channel is shut it down. No, I'm joking. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to document my weight loss journey. That's exactly what's going to be. I know it's supposed to be a vape review channel, but for the next 6 to 8 months, it's going to be, how the fuck are you doing, Mr. B? But I'm going to be doing blogs and things like that. So if you want to catch or watch my progression into thin, Mr. B, you'll know where to do it.
And I wish you all the well. I said to you to that. I think people are very interested in see how you're getting on with it, and I wish you all the well with it, buddy. I think that comes down to the end of the show. Make sure you get over and see the wonderful Benny Vapes. Big love, Benny Vapes. And all the lads on the mixing show, especially if you want to get into mixing. Make sure you join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's joined us in chat. You have made the show. And also the people on the replay. Make sure you leave a comment down there. Pretty pleased with a cherry on top. And any comment, anything you want us to talk about, leave it down there as well. Big shout out to the Spaniards for keeping us safe. Of course, there is some dickheads out there over the years.
Yeah, Stuart's one of them. You know, he's a spanner.
I tell you what, he's the fastest
dickhead on the planet. I know.
He's the fastest link
dickhead on the planet. I know.
Another update though, Mister. I've just noticed that another update, Mr. B. More updates than an iPhone.
Fuck off.
Do you know what you sounded like then? From what's it called? That 80s film. Oh,
Eddie
Fly
Murphy.
to the Navigator.
Fly to the Navigator. Jesus Christ! He reached into the battle.
Big love to you all. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you next week.
Tell you what, that Stuart needs sacking. That Stuart needs sacking. He's terrible at spanners. He's as much use as a fucking. He's as much use as a glass hammer. You're only saying that. You're only saying that because he gives you a tickle every now and again. I know that's how he became a spanner.